Greetings, everyone, and anyone that may tune in. It's your boy Owayo, back at it again. Today, I wanted to speak on why do we fight and why do we have to compete? Why? Why all this attitude that we have today? The question goes back to the ideas that we carry as a civilization. Most of us have ideas where we have been programmed to think that the world doesn't have enough for everyone, and you have to compete or to be on top of other people, make other people work for you, or vice versa. So you either become a victim or you either use people in the victim. And to justify this system, but you look around, people are not happy. People are not satisfied. And most of this comes through also from the programming we go through schooling and the kind of structures we developed ourselves, the ideas we have about God. If you look at the religions we have around, people think they need to go converting other people for the sake of God. And they also say God is the one who made them. I wonder why if God made you and made everyone else, why would your God want you to convert someone else into a specific ideology? Shouldn't that be an innate thing in themselves when they were created? Shouldn't that be the order of divinity and organization and system, ecosystem, and all these things that we stand upon? You will come and realize all this comes from human error and the ideas that we subscribe to the point we have created a culture whereby we think extracting things from the earth and depleting and disorienting the natural organization that was there as being civilized. So we have made more sophistry and complicated our living, where we think paying taxes and going for elections is the best way to organize ourselves. At the same time, we call ourselves the smartest people, the smartest creatures in the world, some to the extent of thinking that they're the smartest in the universe. I'm not denying we have the potential to be that, but the way we are organizing ourselves doesn't really show any of that. If you look at the original plan of nature, how everything goes along with the patterns and the cycles and the rhythms of time, is us who create many of our problems come from us ourselves. No one else is making these problems that we experience. And we make sophistication thinking we're solving it, then create more problems that were no longer originally there. Let's say when you look at natural living animals in their natural habitat where they are comfortable, where they're supposed to be in, they don't have any issues dealing with landlessness. They don't have any issues dealing with poverty. They don't have any issues dealing with homelessness. They don't have any issues dealing with lack of heat and all these other things that we so-called in our sophistry get to deal with. To the largest extent, what has happened is that our sophistication of our living has created a condition in our environment in which we are unable to sustain and organize efficiently to the point it affects other living things that come and interact with us or near our organization. Since our mentality corrupts to the core, we go in the forest, start digging for gold, pollute the rivers, cut the trees to build the economy that we so-called perceive to be important to us. But when you look at these things, like, there's a lot of flaws in it. We might be too deep into some of it for some of us to consider it. Some of us might have been invested in some of the structures that's already functioning right now, so they think anything outside of that is just stupid, and people have become engulfed in greed and all these other things that are natural to human beings. So we have created an imbalanced ecosystem. So we keep on fighting for things we think that they're not enough for everyone. when originally it's still enough for everyone. What makes it scarce is because of the structure that we have created, the kind of techniques we use for farming, the kind of structure for the economy that we're having, planning how we live as a community, how we organize our cities and all these other things. Accumulate to what we have today. We're no longer breathing fresh air. We are saying that things are becoming extinct, animals are becoming extinct. Why is this? Yet we are the most religious, the most scientific, and we are the peak of the so-called human civilization, as people may call it, but that's just called barbarism. We call it civilization, but that's just barbarism. We have a barbaric civilization. Barbaric civilization, just like even ants are more organized than we are. I've never seen ants. Let's look at our civilization and see how civilized are we, or can we have? Is our civilization reaching our potential? Are we becoming barbaric? Are we losing our space as creatures of love, coming out of intelligent design? All this mentality of survival for the fittest, just the ideas that we build ourselves, build the things around us. You can invest in an idea, but that doesn't mean that idea is based on wisdom. But that idea can create structures and system that you follow. And that doesn't mean that your system and structures is the efficient and the best. You can be sophisticated, but that doesn't mean the sophistication is out of wisdom. Some things are simple, but the simplicity comes from wisdom in itself. But we just need to reflect more on ourselves as human beings and stop listening to propaganda. People need to become more aware individually of who they are themselves. Let's stop listening to preachers, priests, books to tell us who we are. We can read books, listen to people to help us understand, get their perspective from them. But our independent being, our value as independent beings should not be taken from us, where others are seen to be more valuable than we are. Others' points seem to be more valid than ours, but it's us who allow these things. No one forces us to be like this, but us is who allow. No one can make you feel like you are not valid or your views not important.
Tell me.
What you think.
Yeah, on another ride.
Jason.
Ako. Aha. La 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 leader. La 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 leader. Always thought that we was following the leader, but right now I'm the leader. Thought it was outside, but it's always within. Follow the leader who will lead you. You are the leader, the ladder that you climb. Jacob's ladder, climbing up and down the DNA matrix, flipping left and right. This chromosome shifting, fusion happening, mitosis, meiosis. All this chemistry that's happening within me, like magnetism, getting creation, self-sustenance, self-reliance. I wonder why I'm aging. I should be like a magnet ever standing, all the self-propelling, but I wonder why I'm dying. It's because of the hate and the things that I carry in my heart, making me disoriented, make me hating, make me drowning in sorrow, I make myself by the memory that I carry in myself. But I see these things happening everywhere, because most of us identify our memory with things that full of hate, not in completion. You are God, you need to remember that. Let that be the memory that brings us in your mind. Yeah, you are God. Yeah, you are God. No one is above you. You are the greatest being that ever lived, just like everything else that's part of you. Nothing is separated, you are everything, and everything is all in all. So we say Allah is great, because all is great. Nah, it don't mean that mine is greater, my yours is worse. I'm judgmental, I'm not judging anybody. The judgment day is you judging yourself, sitting in the seat of throne. thrones, king of kings, king of thrones, the pineal gland sitting in the eye, middle of the eye of the storm, looking around this shit that's happening, focusing and bringing things to reality based on the emotion that I'm carrying within myself, the images that I carry about myself, the images and imaginary things that I see that happening as events in my life are the things that come and hit me straight in my face. Yeah. La 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 leader, I'm here preaching the message so you understand who's the leader. Follow your heart, follow your emotion, and how to do your limited beliefs. Yeah, don't do nothing that ain't pleasing you. Follow your heart, be always in your passion, full of compassion for the best compression to happen within your heart. Yeah, nobody can hurt you, nobody can put you, nobody can cut you other than yourself. Yeah, you just cut yourself by saying you're not the same as everything else, like the creator is in everything else. Scooby, peace out.